World Health Organization, largely financed by psychopaths like Bill Gates, has been salivating at the mouth for several years now to obtain control over every country's health decisions. Their version of health is One Health, meaning the same approach applied to every single person on this planet, regardless of their individual conditions, circumstances, or beliefs. And of course, the central part of what the WHO wants to achieve is a never-ending cycle of what they call vaccines, including routinely injecting populations to prevent pandemics, which they often cite are caused by the climate change hoax. Despite the overwhelming desire of populations worldwide to stop financing this maniacal group of madmen through their taxes, member states, meaning countries, have ignored the people and continued to cooperate with the medical martial law desires of the WHO. Well, the pandemic agreement has been adopted, meaning the WHO is steadily achieving their goals for world domination, including having control over the information people are allowed to share about health, and the requirement for member states to aggressively police what they call misinformation indefinitely. From James Roguski's Substack, there were 11 abstentions, 46 not present, and 13 unqualified to vote or not attending. The United States did not participate. James says, to the best of his ability to determine, the following nations abstained from voting: Bulgaria, Iran, Israel, Italy, Paraguay, Poland, the Russian Federation, Slovakia, plus 3 other nations. Following this historic, catastrophic decision by countries around the world who did vote in favor of the pandemic agreement, RFK Jr. has issued a message urging countries to follow in the footsteps of the United States and leave this hell-bound organization. Take a listen.
I urge the world's health ministers and the WHO to take our withdrawal from the organization as a wake-up call. It isn't that President Trump and I have lost interest in international cooperation, not at all. We just want it to happen in a way that's fair and efficient and transparent for all the member states. We've already been in contact with like-minded countries, and we encourage others to consider joining us. We want a free international health cooperation from the straitjacket of political interference by corrupting influences of the pharmaceutical companies, of adversarial nations, and their NGO proxies. I would like to take this opportunity to invite my fellow health ministers around the world into a new era of cooperation. We don't have to suffer the limits of a moribund WHO. Let's create new institutions or revisit existing institutions that are lean, efficient, transparent, and accountable. Whether it's an emergency outbreak of an infectious disease or the pervasive rot of chronic conditions that have been overtaking not just America, but the whole world, we're ready to work with you. Thank you, and may God bless you, and let's all pray for the health of our children and our grandchildren.
Now, we played you the tail end of that clip there. Earlier in the video, RFK Jr. discusses the need to address chronic illnesses, which, of course, is a key role to preventing pandemics in the first place. Healthy, strong individuals with a strong immune system is better than any pharmaceutical concoction, whether it be oral or injected into your body. Straight into the arms of little children, as Bill Gates once said. And this is my insertion now. If nations want to still think along the lines that climate change is causing pandemics, maybe they can stop spraying their populations like bugs from various aircraft in the sky. How about we start there? But RFK Jr. emphasized that, like many legacy institutions, the WHO has become mired in bureaucratic bloat, entrenched paradigms, conflicts of interest, and international power politics. The United States has just openly invited nations to do better for their people rather than cooperating with this corrupt, evil group of conflicted parties known as the World Health Organization. How will other nations respond? Will they take RFK Jr.'s lead? Well, we hope to see people demanding this from their governments. We cannot allow the WHO to have control over people's health like this.